Hello, everyone. It is Tiffany of Clarity, Confidence, Courage, Women's Empowerment, and I am so excited to be bringing you this amazing interview with a wonderful businesswoman, Miss Nicki Hu, who is also a great friend of mine. I am so excited. She's going to be talking, giving you some nuggets of wisdom about confidence, about courage, about her own personal journey to building a business that she loves. So make sure you get out your pen and paper. Make sure you get ready to take some notes because we are going to have some nuggets of wisdom. Now, before we jump into the content, make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe to this channel because I want to move up in the algorithm to connect with other women just like you who want to create a life that they absolutely love. All right, let's jump in. But I am so excited to share Nicki's uh, information, her life, everything that she's gone through to create the business that she loves. So if you haven't already, make sure you get your pen and paper ready. Make sure you get ready to take a few notes. I'm not going to make it super long. I'm going to try. Me and Nicki can talk for a long period of time, everybody. So we can talk about a lot of things because we have so much in common as far as the background, the journey that we have taken to get to where we are as businesswomen. So make sure you have your pen and paper ready. And without further ado, please help me to welcome Miss Nicki Hu to Clarity, Confidence, Courage, Women's Empowerment Tribe. Welcome, Nicki.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. It's an honor to be here. And like you said, we can go on forever and ever and ever. And it's funny because like the entrepreneurial journey is so familiar to many people, but we at some point in our stage we feel so alone. We feel like, wow, I'm going through this alone, but it's not true. It's not true. We all go through our trials and tribulations, and I'm so excited to be here to be part of your Facebook group today. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And Nicki, just to get us started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where you live, and just kind of how you got to this place of having your own business? And tell us what your business is about as well.
Yes, absolutely. So, as you guys know, my name is Nicki. I was born in New York, but I actually live and was raised in Florida. My family is Chinese, and very, very typical. The journey of going through what success looks like has always been go to school, get a proper job, get married, and that's what a successful life is. Maybe you hit the six figures when you climb the corporate ladder, you get all the benefits, bells and whistles, all of that. But deep down, I kind of knew that the traditional route was not my calling. I did not feel attuned to the 9 to 5. I had a burning desire to really impact other people, whether it was through being an influencer, whether if it was to help other people on their journey. And trust me, it was not easy. Currently what I do, it's called empowerment coaching. I help other women see the power that you have inside. Really step up and embrace your true authentic self and go after the dreams and like anything that you wish to create in your life. It's in your own hands, and you don't need to do anything other than be yourself to get to that point. But many, many times we kind of get feedback from other people. Oh, no, that's too difficult. Don't do that. And it steers you off the course. Like, man, yeah, you're right. Maybe I can't do that. No, absolutely wrong. You can do anything you put your heart and your mind to. And it was not a clear cut course. I quit my job in the corporate world 2 years ago. I actually did, I had my own fitness apparel line. I had no idea what I was doing. I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go on Google and search manufacturers, and I'm going to build my own website. And I Googled and I researched, and I became a personal trainer in that journey. Did that for about 6 months. Then I hit a wall. Like all entrepreneurs do, I hit a wall and I said, I don't find fulfillment in this. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. So I tried so many other things like affiliate marketing, real estate. Um, I met my meditation group, and that's when I discovered, you know what, I really like helping other people. So this is what led me to what I do today, when people started saying, there's an essence about you,
Mm.
there's this fireball energy about you, and you inspire me. And that was the first time somebody said that to me. And I said, well, if I can inspire you to go for your dreams, like I want to do that for other people as well. And that brings me here today.
Wow, Nikki, you really are inspiring. I mean, just hearing you talk sent shivers up my spine. And it's so funny. And I think I just said this. You and I have so much in common because just like you, I was raised in a family that was taught like go to school, get a great education, go to college, get married, hit that, money figure, do the typical things. And I did those things and I was not happy. And I also had a fitness business before. So it's like when you and I got to talking, I was like, wow, we have so much in common. So that's amazing. And when you talked about the entrepreneur experience and trying different things, that truly is the experience of an entrepreneur. When you first start out, you just never know what your calling is. So you have to try different things until you find your niche. And there's this quote that I read that says, a crazy person, an entrepreneur, definition of an entrepreneur is a crazy person who risks their own money for freedom rather than exchanging their freedom for money. So I definitely think that you and I have that in common, where we had to find what was best for us. And once we did, there was no stopping. There's no stopping us. And that's what it sounds like you just described. So kudos to you for not giving up. I love that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you inspire me too. We were just talking about this. Seeing you on your journey pushes me on mine. So we're all here as one.
And Nikki, I actually met you because I was on your summit that you just did. Can you tell our audience a little bit about what the summit was about and how you decided to do the summit?
Yes, absolutely. So my summit, it was called the Power Label Summit. How to break free from expectations, step into your power, and live the life you always wanted to live. And it was inspired through my own journey. All these expectations, social expectations, familial expectations, kind of holding people back from really pursuing the fear, the judgment, all of these things that come up for us as women. We feel inclined to step up for our family, to put everyone else first, and recognizing that you can have everything that you wish. You can actually, raise your family, do everything that you want to do, step into your divine femininity, and bring that forward and create a powerful life. Whether you want to do business or you don't want to do business, but let's say you want a specific job position, there's nothing holding you back, right? If you want to create the love life of your dreams, find that perfect romantic partnership, it's all possible through recognizing yourself, through self acceptance, through that confidence that Tiffany is so amazing at showing other women. It's like it's all within, and you just need a little bit of guidance to bring that out, to fully embody it, and to like show the world that you're okay with being you. And it's funny because when you voice that to the world and you voice it to other people, that inner healing, that self acceptance, it glows, and then people start coming to you. So that was what my summit was about. I brought together 21 different speakers, from leadership positions to life coaches to inner child healing and artistic healing. And it's all about building yourself up as a person so that you can create the life that you really desire to live.
I love it. And Nikki, on that kind of note, when you talk about confidence and you talk about courage and self-belief, like how did you get to that space where you really was able to pull that out of yourself and say, I can do this? Like, what was that? What was that like for you?
I'll be honest, there are times where, you kind of self-doubt, and you wonder, like, is this really the right path for me? And I've hit so many walls along the way, but deep down I knew that there's something more, and if I don't step out of my comfort zone, I'll never know. And that was actually scarier than sitting in my comfort zone, because when you sit in your comfort zone, you know for sure, okay, I can get a 9 to 5, that's no problem. But do I really want that? And that my inner desire to have more, to really be my true authentic self. And my true authentic self did not want that lifestyle. It pushed me. So there were days where like I took weeks off sometimes just to be like, oh my God, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to quit. But deep down, I knew. And that's what really took me out of the dark space. I said, I don't care. I don't care that this is hard. I will cry through this whole process if I have to. But the small wins really pushed me forward.
I love that you talk about small wins because I talk about that a lot in Clarity, Confidence, Courage. This idea of recognizing your small wins and being proud of yourself. Like, so many times, especially go-getter women like you, a lot of women who are probably watching this, we put ourselves on like this super tight, hard deadline and milestones and goals, and we're just checking boxes. And it's like, sometimes we don't always give ourselves that time to just recognize the wins and recognize and celebrate, like, I'm doing this and I'm doing a good job every single day?
I completely agree. And it was something that has to be learned, to be honest.
Mm,
And we share many similarities coming from my, like, the social expectations that I felt like I needed to stand up to. I never felt good enough.
mm,
Like, everything was a comparison. Your cousin is hitting 6 figures in a bank job, and look at you, you don't have anything. It really hurts to be in that position and recognizing that I had a lot of childhood trauma from, feeling of an abandonment or feeling like I'm not good enough to understanding that those were false stories
ah,
and that I deserve to have a life that I want to live. And all these small little wins, like you said, I had a hard time accepting them. It was like, you know what, that's another off the checklist, time to move forward. But really learning to embrace the journey, right? The everybody wants to reach the goal, but the true beauty of being an entrepreneur is the journey, because what makes it worthwhile are the difficulties that you encounter, are the small little things like, wow, I just finished my first interview and goddamn, that feels good. Like,
yes.
or like, wow, I just made a brand new connection that I would have never made if I never put myself out there. And really appreciating those little steps.
I love that. And ladies, if you're watching this, I hope you have your pen and paper ready because I'm taking my notes right here. Okay. She said negative voices. I love that term because, those are the voices in our head, like you said, Nicki, that are come all the way from childhood. And sometimes we don't even recognize, like, we just think it's our normal life to tell ourselves that we're not good enough and we're not worthy and we're not smart enough or we don't look a certain way. And it's like, no, that is not the norm. That is what you have been, unfortunately, exposed to when you were younger, whatever the situation may be, that you have to reprogram yourself. That's why people like me and Nicki exist because we both have experienced that and we want other women to not have to experience that. So I love that. And Nicki, before we get finished, while we're in the middle of this, can you just toss out your Instagram handle? I just want everybody right now to go to Nicki's Instagram and follow her because I'm just such a fan. Nicki, can you tell us your Instagram handle?
Yes, absolutely. So my Instagram handle is Nicki.hu, and that's NICKI.HU. Nice, short, simple, and sweet.
Yes, ladies, follow Nicki. Like, I already follow Nicki, but I love Nicki. I'm such a fan. Nicki, so we talked about, of course, being an entrepreneur and that it's not always easy, especially when you're actually already doing it. And you and I, before we even got on this call, before I went live, you and I were just talking for like 10 to 15 minutes before we got on, just about our week and what it's like actually being in the business and getting the work done and the different phases that you go through. So, can you just touch on a little bit of that discussion as far as some of the challenges that you still face even in your entrepreneurial lifestyle?
Absolutely. And this gets me so excited because, as I'm going through this process and as I'm teaching other people how to go through this process, it's a journey. It's like you think that certain problems don't show up anymore because you've become so good at handling it. No, it still shows up in your day-to-day life. I thought I was great at setting boundaries, and then I realized that I was taking on too much. So some of the things I was doing, I had my business program, I had my leadership program, I had so many people reaching out to me during this time for support, and family members wanting things, friends wanting to hang out, and really prioritizing. That was one of the biggest things that I learned and I keep learning, and you have to shift. So for me, I realized I'm doing too much right now. Like I
Mhm.
can't focus on my business and focus on so many other things, setting those boundaries and cutting off what wasn't important to me or wasn't as important to me so I can focus on the result that I wanted to get. And so, like I said before, boundary setting is very, very big. Prioritizing what your values are. And even when you have family and friends reaching out to you, if you can't support them in that moment in time, set a time for them and in like 1 or 2 hours a day where you can handle those needs, but really put what you value first, whether it's your health, whether it's meditation, whether it's your business or your school, whatever that may be, set that time first and put everything else like later.
That is such words of wisdom, Nikki. And I think, like you said, not just for entrepreneurs, but just life in general, you have to make a decision about your priorities and get focused on them, even if that means setting time aside for other people and having your boundaries, ladies. Did you hear what she said? Creating those boundaries so that you can make sure you're giving yourself what you need and then giving to others. That's the only way it really works. And everybody, while we were talking, I put Nikki's Instagram handle in the comments. Make sure you click on her page and definitely follow Nikki. Nikki, what is the biggest motivational message that you can tell any woman who has a dream, wants to create a new life, wants to create a new identity, whether that's just within herself, her regular life, or a businesswoman? Like, what would you say to that woman that's watching?
I would say never give up. That is one thing that I stand by. It doesn't matter how many people think you're absolutely crazy. If you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. So never ever give up on yourself.
I love that. And Nikki, how can we contact you? If anybody who is watching this, I put your Instagram in. Is there any other handles that you would like to give us or for us to contact you by?
Yes, absolutely. So if you would like to reach out to me, you can reach out to me through my personal email. It's Nicki Hu, so Nickihu .9 at gmail.com.
Awesome. And that's the number 9, right?
The number 9, yes.
Okay. And I'm just typing it in our comments. Awesome. Well, Nikki, any last words before we get off? I'm just super excited to have you here with our tribe. Any last words that you'd like to leave with us?
I just want to thank you, Tiffany, for having me on this show. I want to thank everyone for watching. And I want you to understand, like, you are special. Like, everybody here is unique. Everybody has their own path. And whatever you feel inside is right for you. I encourage you to follow your intuition and really go for it because you deserve it. Like, you deserve the life that you want to live. And there's no shame in the game of, hitting those walls and hitting those blocks and really understanding, feeling the pain, feeling the difficulties, but enjoying the wins at the end because those help you grow. Like that is what life is about. Life is exciting. Life is an adventure. And part of that is the beauty of life, the difficulties of life. Like there's no light without dark. So embrace all of that. Embrace all of that. You beautiful women out there because you deserve it.
Woo! Get it. I love that. Thank you so much, Nicki, for sharing your story with us, for sharing your time. Ladies, definitely make sure you follow Nicki on Instagram and her email address. I put it in the comments. I wish you all a very, very wonderful week. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye everyone.